office job. It is often portrayed as boring, depressing, or stressful waste of time.
I'm in accounting.
Do you feel like you're dying inside?
Yes.
It's always on the other side of the scale from joy, creativity, and fulfilling life. People dream about earning more money to retire early. Movies and songs glorify the idea of breaking free from corporate chains to finally follow your true purpose in life. Come on, every now and then we all see on Instagram feed someone who quit the corporate job and finally started living the life of their dreams. If you, as many others, ever felt this way, I made this video just for you. Because there is a problematic concept that is hidden in how we often portray corporate job, and I don't see enough people talking about it. My channel, my rules, so here it is. I actually rarely dress up like that, but because we're speaking about a corporate job today, I decided to be a little bit more formal. Now, most of us work in companies, commercial businesses that exist for profit of their owners. Many big companies have a mission, and many of them are actually committed to make a positive impact in the world. But even for them, profit is necessary for their survival. And the work that we do exists to, in one way or another, ensure this profit. And here's the first reason why many people don't really like a corporate job. You don't feel like you contribute to a good cause. It is very soulless and dry and hard to relate, especially if the company is big, because even if a company has a mission, it can be just a little bit too big for you to personally relate to this mission from the point of your work. You feel like a tiny gear in a big mechanism. What is enjoyable about that? Second reason, our work can be monotonous, and there's actually a reason for that. For the company to survive, it needs standardization, processes, and systems that would ensure a predictable outcome from each person involved. That's why many of our jobs don't feel that creative, because they were designed for the results to be consistent and predictable. Finally, let's face it, we often take a job that is not our dream job. Why? Because dream job was not available and we have to pay our bills. Or we're pressured to accept the offer that we don't like simply because the paycheck is higher. All this leads to us not being satisfied with our 9-to-5s. Now let's go to problematic stuff. You may have guessed already, but what I've just described implies that there are two polar opposite ways to approach your work. Either meaningless corporate job at the office or do what you love kind of thing, which is, to a certain extent, a cognitive distortion. This black and white split that I constantly see is making a complex question very simple and convenient. But as it is with many things in this life, it's not black and white. It's not good versus bad. And this, in my opinion, is one of the biggest misconceptions in how I see people perceive corporate work. Let me explain. When we say, my job is meaningless or I'm not fulfilled, these arguments are abstract. We feel this, but we cannot quite put this into specifics. And this is where the trap is. When you have 10 people who are saying, I don't like my job, they all can mean different things. It can be literally anything from you not liking your coworkers to you not feeling that you contribute to a good cause. And these two problems, these two examples are very different and to be solved require different strategies. But if you don't know that, if you don't fully understand what is it that you're unhappy with, you just feel that you don't belong here. How would you know if switching to other company or even quitting corporate altogether would even help you? I saw examples of people leaving their jobs just because they couldn't take this anymore and switching to another ones with the same issues without realizing that. And I'm not saying that you should just calm down and not change anything. Quite the opposite. If you actually feel that way, that's a hell of a signal that something should be changed. And maybe the corporate world is indeed not for you. But if you don't want to risk regretting your decisions, first do this. Recall for me the last time you felt unhappy or down about your job. What was happening there? What started this? Look for things that triggered this feeling in you. Did your manager micromanage you and you didn't feel trusted? Did you make a mistake and you were publicly shamed for that? Did you have a colleague that complained about job being boring and you felt that it is contagious? Or maybe you just saw someone posting on Instagram their life life full of money and freedom and you felt that maybe you're not doing something right in your life. Contemplating about things like that would lead you to a better decisions, a thought through decisions about your career and your future. Also, we can get stressed and bored by any type of job or activity, both within the corporate and outside of it. And different people find different things meaningful and fulfilling. Some people generally value expressing their creativity without any limitations. And some are inspired by contributing to a greater cause or a good corporate mission that is personally aligned with them. And even more than that, these feelings, even inside us, can change with time. We can value different things in our work, in different stages of our lives, and this is absolutely normal. Once you've answered all these questions to yourself, there are a few directions that you can take. If you see that the nature of your unsatisfaction is connected to the things that you cannot change in the corporate job, you can quit office work altogether. I remember a few people with very prominent entrepreneurial qualities, and they actually quit their office job to start their own companies. There is no way they would have this level of control and freedom in the corporate world, even if they would be in a very high position. There are a lot of options outside of corporates. You can start your own company, or you can be a freelancer or external consultant. But I want to suggest you the alternative way, just in case you have not been looking at things from this angle. What if I tell you that it's possible to get a job inside the corporate that would fit all your requirements of a dream activity? Wait. Before you say that it's impossible, just hear me out. Tell me, what are the features that you want your dream job to have? What kind of work environment do you feel most comfortable and productive in? To what extent the impact of the job that you do matters to you? How important it is for the job to be aligned with your personal ethical beliefs? Do you enjoy more broader knowledge on things or a deep knowledge in a specific area? How do you like to be recognized and rewarded for your work? What level of work-life balance or working flexibility do you ideally need? What type of challenges do you find motivating and exciting? Do you rather prefer a well-defined tasks and very structured job, or you like more autonomy and your personal decision-making? Would you prefer a work where you're publicly visible, or you rather enjoy working from the distance, from the back? How important is it for you to express your creativity and innovate with your work? Do you enjoy more when you have a variety of tasks and challenges? Or it's better for you to have a more predictable routine? Finally, to what extent using a cutting-edge technology personally matters to you? I invite you to answer these questions, just for yourself. If you want, pause me for a minute, give this a thought. And after you do, pick top 3 that feels the most important to you, that would be a deal breaker in your future job. Congrats, you just made a huge step towards your dream job, because the first step is always to identify what this dream job actually means to you. Now you can take these top 3 qualities and match it with your current job and see where maybe something is lacking. And think about what kind of job would be able to satisfy these criteria for you. And it doesn't matter if you will look for this job in corporate, or you will decide to quit corporate and do something different altogether. Expectations management people, this all takes time. It takes time to get there in the corporate, it takes time to make it outside the corporate world as well. But what's even more important is for you to clearly see the goal before you start going towards it. It's important to take time to answer all these questions to yourself. So take time to think and take time to act. Good luck with anything you pick. I root for you.